Okay,
We are ready. Oh, in English.
yes, we are.
English.
Yes, yes, yes. Hello,
Are we live?
hello. Yes, we are live.
I'm like, we are ready.
Yes, we
Or,
are. Hello,
hi,
hello.
hello,
Good
hello.
evening.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good
Welcome.
evening, good morning, good afternoon.
Good everything. So here we are. We just returned from Egypt.
Ooh, that was
And
nice.
yes, it was so exciting just to talk about it. And we decided to come and share a little bit because so many of you have been asking about it. So how was the trip? And where did you go? And what did you do? So instead of just telling the same story to each person, we decided to just come live and share with you our journey.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, Janice. So how was your journey?
It was fantastic. I have no words for it.
There
I
are
always
no.
say, come if we do it again, come. Experience it
Yes.
for yourself.
There are no words to express an experience like
Yes,
that
so profound.
unless you experience it yourself.
Yes.
So we are here with the intention to share a little bit of our experience and also to plant a seed because the experience was so profound, and we planted a seed, a healing seed. We are going to be talking about it, and we feel like there is more that needs to be done.
Mhm.
So we are returning next year, and yay! And so we are opening the doors for anybody who feels the call and feels that resonates with the information that we are going to share. And if you would like to be part of that team, that server, because we actually went to Egypt not just to take. Usually people go to sacred places to get out of it. We went with the intention to leave an offering and a possibility with the reconciliation that we did, and we anchored that reconciliation. So we want to share a little bit of that and see if you want to be part of that possibility for next time.
Yes, yes, yes,
So who
yes,
is
yes.
there? We see people there seeing and watching. So just let us know who is there, because if you don't talk, we don't know.
Yeah, definitely, definitely,
Yes, yes,
definitely.
yes. All right, Janet, are you guys ready? I'm excited to
I'm
share.
excited too. It
Yes,
was a
yes,
really
yes.
nice experience, so I'm excited to share.
Yes, so let's talk a little bit about how Egypt happened. Let's begin by
Yeah,
saying that,
yeah,
right?
absolutely.
So how did the journey started? And the journey started in January of this year. I felt the call to go to Egypt. And well, I didn't think that it was gonna be this year, but I had it in my heart. And all of a sudden I heard that January, when I planted my seeds of what I was going to do this year, then Egypt came and said, Egypt is your next destination, and there's some things that you can go there just to do, not only to travel or to enjoy a trip, but also to do something that could be relevant for the healing of all.
Mhm.
So I was wanting to go in February, March, and it didn't flow. And all of a sudden, I heard that it would just let's come with the tribe. And we invited the tribe, and the tribe resonated with it. And then we decided to go in September. So the September was our time, and we're gonna be talking about that. Actually, that was my creation, but it was my co-creation because
Mhm.
everybody who came with the intention to serve doing these processes that we did that we want to share tonight.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
yes. So let's begin by talking about what we did. We arrived there on the 13th of September, and we all came from different places.
Yes.
There were people coming from Colombia, people coming from California, from Oregon,
Here,
from here,
Orlando,
Orlando,
Kissimmee.
Kissimmee. We had 20 amazing souls joining, and We were people speaking two languages, but at the end we said the language is not a barrier. Actually, we spoke the language of consciousness, so we got to communicate to each other perfectly.
Yes, we did.
Yes, and we met in Cairo. That was our
Yes.
first destination was
Yes.
Cairo, and it was the adjusting part,
That was
right?
fun.
That was fun too. Some things are interesting because of the culture, because of the regulations, and because all of these things that we need to adjust to. We had a little bit of struggle at the beginning, but right after we were all on track and ready to enjoy this adventure.
Yes.
So we are going to be talking a little bit about the pyramid. I
Yes.
think it's the most that people
Such a
want to
life.
hear about. But let's talk just a little bit about each day and the experiences of the whole journey.
Yes.
So our first experience with the pyramid was Saqqara.
Yes.
Yes.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yes, Saqqara is the tomb, and it was our first experience watching or seeing a site with a pyramid. We were all so excited.
Yes.
And I made a little video that I want to share. I'm not an expert on doing videos, but I did a few clips of everything that we got to experience, and we want to share with you tonight, so you can have also a little bit of that experience in video. So let me share our first visit to the pyramid, which was Saqqara. Saqqara is not the Great Pyramid, of course, it's another site. All these pyramids are along the Nile. There are about 80 pyramids, and then they are all kind of connected. And so this one is more like south of the Great Pyramid. But let's just share with you this first experience. Let me see. Let me go here to see Saqqara. Here is Saqqara.
Enjoy. It's really nice.
Yes, so let's play. Oh, come on, the sound.
It started coming.
Yeah, I did. Okay, let's see. There. So this is Saqqara. At first experience with the pyramids, and we were so excited, right? Like, oh my God,
It's like, oh, you don't believe you're there, and then you are.
Yes, and
we have
you
been
are.
waiting for months, and here we are.
Yes, finally in one of those sites we were waiting for. We didn't do any spiritual experiences here. It was just a visit, but it was beautiful. I enjoy it, and I think we all enjoy it.
It's a lot of fun.
Yes, so there it is, Saqqara. We had this video from the bus, and someone was videoing, recording. So this is the group. We are all there, but most of us were in that picture. We have 27 souls, yes. So this was the entrance. Yes, it was. So this is my video. I didn't get to record a lot or to take a lot of pictures because I really wanted to be present, and so I kind of put my camera aside. But when I could, I made a video, and I think this one deserves a video because it was our first experience going into a site. So I'm walking, so you can have the experience of walking through it as well, just as I'm doing. We had actually throughout the whole experience a guide, yes, who took us to all of the sites and explained to us everything. And we are in gratitude for that person and also for the guide who organized it for us. We felt very well taken care of. Yes,
very excellent to hear about.
and very pleased.
We're very happy.
Yeah, I mean, they make the
That is
most.
their mantra. Are you happy?
Are you happy? Remember those words? Are you happy? Are you happy? They are happy.
They are happy.
Yes. So this is the entrance prior to Saqqara. Just walk through it as we are just doing it. As I am seeing this, watching this video, I feel like I'm walking.
Yeah, it's like a whole energy just went in there.
And you feel the whole energy. That was my idea, to make little videos for you to walk with us and see how it feels. So that's me. Janet took a picture of me. That was me with the same clothes as I left from Orlando because my luggage never came for 2 days. I was with the same clothes.
Handle it beautifully.
Yes, with grace.
Yeah.
Yes, what else could I
Part
do?
of the adventure.
Part of the adventure, yes. So that was Saqqara. I hope you enjoyed this first video. And let me see how I stop sharing here so we can see you again. Where are you guys? Here. We are back. Yes, so that was our first experience, our first day. We also got to go that day to the museum.
Yes. we
To
did.
the Cairo's Egyptian Museum.
She has all the names.
Yes.
I smile.
Some names, believe me, I still don't remember because of the accent, because of many things. But I got to capture this one because this was a special place with all the historic reminiscences. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Reminiscences.
Yes.
And you'll be amazed of how much we got to see in
Yes.
there. I really was absolutely amazed.
We were enthralled in it. You know,
Oh my
like we were like,
God.
oh my God, we became like part of it. That's how I feel. Like I became part of that experience.
Yes, so we also have a little short video about the museum that we want to share. So let's take a look of it.
Yeah.
Let's see. So let me see. Let's go here.
Love technology.
I love technology, yes, and we are learning how to
Continue to be better and better at it.
yes, definitely. So museum. So to go to the museum, it was just a whole adventure. Prior to go to the museum, we needed to go eat lunch, and just to go eat lunch, it was a whole chaos
It
because
was a process.
because of the traffic. Because
And we had to be protected, so we always had a lot of security guards around us. So it was very interesting and fun, and we just adjusted.
and they wanted us to go eat lunch before the museum. We were kind of late, and the traffic and the whole circus. So we want to share with you a little bit of the circus before going to the museum, and it is here.
Yeah.
Here is pretty much the whole group.
We were one with Egypt on that day.
Definitely.
There we are.
That is Jeff and Cynthia.
Right in the middle, walking through traffic.
Yes, and this is our guide, the big guy on the back.
Those
He's
were
the
security
security guard. With that.
guards. Don't play my hand. See? People fixing their car right in the middle.
And we were walking through, where traffic goes.
Gotta
And,
love it. I'm like, wow.
yeah.
You know, but people that live in the islands, some of them look like living in the islands, right?
Yes,
It's very nice.
kind of.
And they were
Yes. And this is us going to the restaurant. And this is a typical meal they have. And it's called koshari. Koshari is a meal they make. And actually, we have the owner showing us what it is. And you're going to see it in this video as well. So let's wait for the guy with the koshari. And there's Janet. Yeah, I was recording this moment because the bus left us there and we were kind of like, where are we? In the middle of where? Number one.
I'll be here waiting.
I remember that. I don't know how that bus getting to do the storm, and we were like, oh my god, it's going to hit the car.
It's like everything stops.
Sí, ya. Yes, definitely different. And this driver's an amazing. That driver was amazing. Yes. This is the guy. Oh,
Kushari means like nice, and chickpeas, garlic sauce,
she wants to be.
First time,
That was our lunch, specially made
By the owner.
of the restaurant.
after this, I put garlic sauce.
So it's like different pasta,
Yeah.
and then he adds for tomato sauce and make from scratch.
Looks like noodles. If you want to put little bit of things like this, okay. After dinner, have food, right? After this, to give her more. Also, I put all the sauce. Yeah.
There you go. He's preparing my plate. That was my meal.
After dinner, the lemon or the garlic sauce.
I don't know if he washed his hands. I'm not trusting he did because I ate that meal.
Yeah, definitely gonna assume he did.
Otherwise, I would say that was good for my immune system. Definitely.
Look how good. Look at that.
Enjoy, guys.
Thank you so much.
You can give me clap your hands so you can make it choose.
What is the name of the restaurant?
Kushari Abu Dhabi.
Okay.
So that's me in front of the museum.
Look at that. How
And
nice.
you can see how big these pieces are. And
Amazing.
look at the beauty of this. It's so sensual. You can to see how well they were done and carved. So
And the fact that now we can so much appreciate that we are truly preserve it, which is so great.
yes,
So that people like us can see it and years to come.
we got to understand a lot about the how do you say hieroglyphics?
Yes, hieroglyphics.
Hieroglyphics
Yes.
and all the meanings of because everything is symbolic.
Yeah.
And
Everything says a story.
yes, and we are just seeing a part of this, and we know it's more behind it. It's not about history, but it's a legacy that comes from the stars.
Yes.
And so all these goddesses, and gods that came from the stars, somehow you can see represented here. See, like this guy has the face. There are no just human faces,
Right.
but we know there's like
Uh-huh.
bear people and cat people, and we can see it in those of all these figures that are showing.
And a lot of animal faces, which is really
Yes, the people that
Very
came from the
neat.
stars and how they all show in there, and all the images and how what depict, because they are depicting things that are symbolic. For example, the one that called my attention, and then actually I bought one, represents the last judgment,
Oh yes, you
the
have it
final
right here.
judgment,
It's
and I have it there
beautiful. It's on the
already.
wall. Explain it a little bit. Maya.
Yes,
It's so
I'm going to
beautiful.
explain a little bit about it since we do processes of transcendence here.
Mhm.
So this process of the final judgment is has to do with all the processes to liberate your soul and to liberate your mind, to transcend and to get into consciousness. So this is Anubis. Anubis was the one who used to weight the heart with a feather. They call it ankh. And so once Anubis will weight your heart with that feather, if your heart was as heavy as this feather, then you will be able to transcend, because that meant that you got to overcome all those heaviness of your heart.
Mhm.
And so if you didn't, then of course the balance will go off and you will have to return in order to liberate yourself from it and have your heart as the consciousness of the creator. So that's pretty much the process of the final judgment, is just to let go of what we are not and to connect to who we are. And once you do that, then you will be given the key of eternity, which is called Ankh. Do I have your Ankh today?
No, I
Oh my
didn't.
God, I
It's
don't
because the
either.
blouse was the same color, and I'm like, it's gonna be the same color. So I bought something, a little
Well,
different.
we have our Ankh. We it's just the whole of a cross. It's a cross that is infinite. It doesn't have an end. And I have one, but I have it. It's already
It's already hung up.
yeah, up in the
But you
door.
can look it up. Yeah, definitely. See if you want to see a clearer picture.
Yeah,
of it.
Ankh. So or when you come visit us.
That means you have to come visit us or go with us to
Or
Egypt
go
again.
with us next time because we are
Right.
going back in
It's
October.
a lot of work to be done. So
Yes, definitely. So another place or another site that we want to share was the Oasis.
oh, beautiful, beautiful.
The Oasis was one of those sites
Breathtaking.
that just like I kept it here in my
Touch your
heart. It is so beautiful. It is like um, it's a heaven, on earth. It was so beautiful and so peaceful, and it looks like out of this world. For me, that was one of those sites that really I got impressed by.
Right in the middle of the desert.
Right in the middle of the
The
desert.
desert.
It's not the ocean. It's
Right.
it's just
Oasis.
it's as big as a lake.
Yes.
And I also made a little video for you to take a look at. So let me share you the Oasis. Let's see. And this was a fun adventure
Oh yes.
because they took us in these jeeps with these crazy Egyptian guys playing
Doing
music.
the Egyptian dance.
Yes, and we were going through the dunes,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it was so beautiful. These guys actually brought food
Yes.
to cook for
They
us.
did a nice like barbecue style.
Barbecue while we were out there in the Oasis. So it was just a beautiful day and experience. So let's just share a little bit of it so you can have an idea of what it was to be in that place. And I made these videos because I thought it was so much fun that I wanted to share it with
We
you.
just wanted to bring you into our experience.
Yes, that's the idea of sharing these videos. Let me see. So here it is. The place is called Wadi El Rayyan National Park, and that was our way to the Oasis. Let's see.
I know, like,
Ay, llegamos al restaurante. Miren, eso es comida, vestido típico de
Prior to
acá.
going to the Oasis, we had this
Ay, qué
in this place, and they received us
Ay,
with
Nos
musicians.
hace seguir importantes.
From there,
Están todos los policías ahí esperando.
so much fun. We were so happy and we had such a great time. It was so much fun. We were dancing, and it was just amazing just to go in the middle of nowhere and find this place. That's me. I was so happy dancing. That's Janet. This guy. I mean, I saw this image and I was like, wow. In the middle of, that place. It was just
okay,
like,
beautiful things. The sound also was very nice.
and you could only hear him. In that quiet place, all I could hear was the drum.
Yesterday we went. What is this? Sam
Yeah, we went
We went
sandboarding.
sandboarding, yeah.
I went right. I was riding my horse. You know, that's us. That's us in the jeep because we had to be covered because of the sand.
Yes.
So you can. These guys are like these guys.
And then yes, they getting Maya prepared for the experience.
Of the wrapping your hair up. That was fun. And actually, this is good because I never thought of it. But yes, it makes sense to have this wrap because it really keeps you away from the heat.
Yeah, it's refreshing. Yeah.
It's very refreshing. I never thought of it, but once I had it on, I was like, oh, now it makes sense.
And the men are great at doing these wraps.
Yes, men are actually really good at doing. They know how to make those. Yes.
That's a driving.
Yeah. Yes.
Look at that, all that sand to that. And right in the middle there, there's an oasis.
Yeah, that's on our way. Woo! And he really was playing.
She was having a good time.
And look at this picture. I mean, when I saw that, I was like, oh my God, that looks like in a movie. I only have seen those scenes in the movie. Yes, how
Look at the
beautiful.
horses. Listen to some Egyptian music.
Yeah, it makes you feel like
Look at that,
dancing.
look how beautiful.
Oh my God, that was so beautiful just to watch. And that's me riding this amazing
Hello,
horse.
Maya.
Yeah, look at me.
Oh, I so fell in love with this horse. How beautiful. And now look at this. It's like paradise.
Yes, it's no words.
And we got to stay there during this sunset and enjoy this beauty. Yeah. Yeah. So
Beautiful experience.
that was our way to the oasis that we wanted to share a little bit and just to give you a little bit of our experience. I will be sharing more in my Facebook, more pictures. Hi, someone is there saying had important surprise phone call, had to miss first part. Will this be available later, please? Yes, Christina, definitely it will be here in my YouTube channel, of course. You can get to watch it later. So when I came home, we had a new member of the family. Look at this. This is Hathor, and she was here. My son had this little girl waiting for me.
Because you know
And
mommy wouldn't be able to
how
resist.
how could I say no to this cutie? Look. And she's crazy, but she's so cute and so beautiful. And I just look at her and I said, no, I don't want a cat. I don't want a second cat. But then she was just looking at me and said, really? And then I said, oh, okay, you
She
can get to
won.
stay.
She won.
She won. So now we have a new member in the family. So let's talk about
The big event. The
Yes.
one that started the trip.
the one that started the trip. We really, when we decided to go to Egypt, or when I first had that image of going to Egypt, it wasn't about just traveling or having fun. We wanted to go with an intention. I actually like going on trips just with a special intention. And so the pyramid was speaking, and usually the pyramid is open to the public, only the king's chamber. Usually the pyramid is got three chambers, and only the king's chamber is open to be seen. And we got to have a special permission. So we had to have all the two lower chambers available for us. So we actually had the pyramid open before the public came. So we were there very early before the public came. I would say 6 in the morning, probably it was 6.
No, we got there like earlier.
Yeah, it was like 6. Yeah, probably five,
Five.
5 to 7.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we were there 2 hours, 5
Yes,
to 7.
and we were inside the pyramid for 2 hours, and we were doing just a journey. And it was a journey of ascension, like the Kundalini. The whole thing about this is that when I came back, I understood why we did this process. And it was because I was reading in this book about the pyramid. And the pyramid was a vortex. And this vortex used to connect from this lowest density, which is 3D and here on Earth, or directly to the source, to the creator, and to Havana. And so that was like a direct line, direct travel vortex that at certain point had to be closed because of what was coming in and out of Earth. And actually that vortex, well, energetically got to be somehow reactivated. And that's why we decided to go to the pyramid. So the pyramid, and how they call it, is the stairs to eternity.
How beautiful. Stairs to eternity.
The stairs to eternity, and it's the process of ascension. So what we did in the pyramid was this. We got to have open the first chamber, which is the subterranean chamber. And that is 33A, Hathor. Because let me see, because he's biting on the table. No, don't do that. Hey, move away. Hold on.
I guess he enjoys the cave and then he disconnects us.
Yeah, he did. Actually, he did disconnect me one time. So, what happened in this first chamber is that it represents the density. We, in this soul process, we decided to come to this 3D reality and to be in a body, right? To live this experience. So it is a surrendering of acceptance to that process. We chose that. And for that, you need to lower your frequency to be able to have this experience. So you need to get into a womb.
And we did.
Yes, and we were born through a womb. And that's what that subterranean symbolically, that chamber, that's what it means. Oh my gosh. Hold on.
Give her
I'm
one.
sorry, I apologize. But
Yeah, she's just going out to the little cat. Having a good time
she
with those
she likes
wires.
playing with those, and she has actually disconnect the whole thing before, so I'm afraid she's doing it again. So we go into this first chamber just to remember how it is to say, yes, I want the human experience. So from that higher frequency, we go to this low density, which is the human experience. And we go through a womb to be able to be born and to have this experience. So same thing happened there. We had to go down to the lowest chamber. It's like 33 meters descending to that chamber. And to get to that chamber is not easy because it's very narrow. And you have to kind of bend yourself and walk like this in order to go through the whole channel. It's like a channel. It's like a tunnel.
It's like a tunnel. It's like what do they call it? Like
it is
in the womb. It's like
yeah, it's a path that is very narrow.
very narrow.
And at the end, you have to crawl in order to get into the first chamber.
Total surrender.
Total surrender. Everybody was having their own experience and their own process. At the end, we got to share how the first chamber was the most challenging for all, because there were people with claustrophobia,
Mhm.
with a lot of limitations. I don't know, I don't want to do this, and this is hard, this is difficult,
No air.
no air, it's so hot, I cannot breathe. It's like all the fears that we have been programmed
My
at
legs
here.
gave out on me.
Janet had issues with the
And I'm like,
legs.
oh my God. But
Yeah. So every person that was there was having their own experience, and it was a self observation experience to transcend something.
yeah, to transcend
right?
it. Yeah, to say I can do it.
Yes. So I was holding space for each of them.
And the most important thing, Maya, that was very important, the silence.
The silence.
All that was done in beautiful, beautiful silence.
And at a certain pace. So every
Mhm.
person will have some space between one and the other. And one of the things that, since it was going to be an internal process for each of them, they went in silence. We all went in silence.
It's beautiful.
So that was the beauty of it. So we got to be in the first chamber, which is the subterranean chamber. And I waited for everybody to be there. And we got to sit. Everybody was getting into the chamber and was finding a place just to breathe
Mhm.
and to, let's say, accommodate and to breathe and to be centered and to process what they were experiencing. Some people wanted to leave before, some people wanted to do these things, those other things. And definitely that was a process for each.
Yes. Yes.
So I was feeling each of them. And at certain point, when I felt that everybody kind of transcended that moment and that those limitations, I felt like it was time to continue. So when I felt it was time to continue, I again took the lead to take them out of the chamber. So again, you have to crawl and then you have to climb up, right? We are going to show you the video so you can have the experience as well. And we got to climb so we could get to the second chamber, which is the queen's chamber. And the queen's chamber, you have to go a little bit like up and then horizontal, but at the same time, it's also very small, narrow, and you still have to kind of
Yeah.
bend down. And at the end, you have to crawl. And the queen's chamber is very tiny. It's very close,
Yes.
and there is no air.
No.
There's no air, so
no air.
everybody's like breathing hard,
Heavy. Yes.
heavy.
It was an experience.
Yes, and so all the processes of transcendence go from low to high,
Mhm.
because what we are doing in these processes is to transcend our low limitations, mental, the senses, and go into what we are and
Mhm.
recognize our consciousness, the spirit. So it was a process of going like body, and then we got to be in the anima. The anima is the feminine side, is the soul. And the soul, of course, holds a lot of what we haven't resolved emotionally. So emotionally, we are working with emotions, what people were feeling while they were feeling so closed, and all the things that they were processing. And it was so tiny, and everybody got to be in that chamber, and I had to wait for everybody to somehow let go.
Yeah. And
It was about letting go.
it was totally about letting go and just even respecting everybody's space as we were going, because like I said, there was no air.
Mhm.
So I know for me, as I was going, I'm like, oh my God, I have to stop. I have no air. And I had to like wait. And part of me felt bad because I didn't want to hope. And then you keep going. Somehow you get the strength and you keep going, and we just respect everybody's space and we did it.
Yes, exactly. And so I was still holding space for each. And when I felt that the whole group got to somehow let go, I said, okay, then it's time. Everybody got to do the process. It's like a sweat lodge. Somehow, when you are in a sweat lodge, it's like you are there and you cannot change your reality, but to let go. You have to surrender to what it is. So that's pretty much what happened there. Once you get to transcend the body and your emotions and your mental limitations, then you are more free. So we got to actually take again the lead to go to the third chamber, which is the king's chamber.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was leading, and we got to the point where I turned to go into the king's chamber, but I couldn't see the way to go up. When I climbed, I saw two sides, but I didn't see that those two sides were the ways because I felt like they weren't finished, like not safe.
Right.
And I was like, I'm not gonna take these people through those paths because they look dangerous. So something can happen, an incident, whatever. So I had to go down again to the entrance to ask one of the guides which one was the way, if just to know if I was going right, because I didn't know it. Because of course at the beginning I asked, with that we didn't want a guide to guide us. This was a spiritual process. It was a journey that we didn't need a lead. We only wanted every person to do that process, and they maybe don't understand this, so that was one of the requirements. And so I had to go all the way down to the entrance, and then for the guy to tell me, no, there is a middle path. Maybe you didn't see it. And so I had to climb up again, like running like a cheetah, right up the stairs.
All I thought was when I saw that it was her, I'm like, she did that twice. That's so, and then she did it so fast, running like a cheetah. That's an understatement. That's how fast she did it. I mean, roo, 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 roo. It was amazing.
Yes, and when I got to be there, I went to climb again. I was like, oh, here is the middle path. So I finally started leading everybody up to the king's chamber. And as we were liberating our fears, our limitations, emotions, and everything that we had to experience before, finally there's air. To go to the king's chamber, you don't have to bend. It is like when you transcend certain things and then you are more conscious of things, you are more free mentally. So you are closer to consciousness.
It was like coming into the light, coming into air. It was like
there was actually air. You
Yeah.
could breathe better.
breathe.
It was very tall. So it was easy to climb. Yes, it was a high thing, but we got, air, and it was more open. So we could breathe and walk easily
Mhm.
into the king's chamber. So that was the last process we did until we got to be there. And that definitely was such an experience. We all got to come one by one, and everybody was having the process, like conquering
Mhm.
themselves after the whole process. And everybody got to sit there and to actually, it was like giving birth
Yes.
to a new you. It was
Yeah,
an
going down
initiation for everybody, as
Yeah.
it was for me, because I was my own process, or the one I got to experience there, was that of being the leader. Sometimes I like being in the tail because I
Mhm.
think it's easier, but probably in my purpose is to be the head and not the tail. And I enjoy the tail a lot, because sometimes I don't like to take responsibility, but what the pyramid actually spoke to me was that of taking the head. And that's what I actually did. And after that, my gift was that of empowerment. And I felt ready. It was an initiation for me. So I was very grateful for the whole process. People got very emotional. People got all of these things that we're processing. But the energy of the pyramid was definitely a gift, a blessing, and a transcendence. That's what I would say.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I
so
know.
what was it for you,
I would
Janet?
say for me, it was just like taking control of my body and my mind and just keep going. Because at one point it did get very difficult, with the no air. Was I'm pretty tall, very long legs, so it's like I couldn't, I had to like crawl and just surrendering and just saying, you can do this. I mean, I found myself saying, "Are we there yet?" I found myself saying that. How much longer? But I was able to even transcend that. You get to the point that you wanted to hurry up, And I was able to, at a point, able to just really embrace the experience, transcend that, and then I just went at my pace. It
Beautiful.
became about me, and me. So that was really nice.
Yes. Amazing. So we want to share with you a little bit of that experience inside the pyramid. Yes, yes. Let's see. Let's see. Let's go to share here. So the Great Pyramid. Here it is.
Enjoy.
Enjoy. The stairs to eternity. That was the sun that morning rising.
How beautiful.
And look how it changed while we were inside. Someone was taking pictures. This is the descending passageway. See, to the subterranean, then the Queen's Chamber, then the King's Chamber. That was the whole path we took in order to get up there. Yes, and that's the entrance. Like here, you see that hole in the middle. That was the main entrance that we took. And someone was video recording outside while we were inside doing our journey. Yeah. Just that peaceful place. See, these are guides here waiting for us out here. Everybody was waiting for us. And this, I got to record this little piece before we started. This is the entrance. This is what you will be enjoying when you come with us. That was the guy who opened the doors to go to the lower chamber for me to begin. We were ready. There you can see how narrow it is. And then this is the place where you have to crawl. We don't have any scenes of the Queen's Chamber, but I got to record this one to go to the King's Chamber. Just enjoy and walk with me. As you can see, you can enjoy the lights and this air. You can actually stand. You can stand, yes. Tommy. And this is the King's Chamber.
How beautiful.
And this is when everybody like left. I was waiting for each of them to open their arms to this new beginning. And then we got to celebrate and to play and to take pictures afterwards. And breakfast, we had breakfast afterwards. We were so tired afterwards. And we got to play, of course, with the cat. Yes. Outside the pyramids, that was fun.
How was it?
That was an experience.
I would definitely say celebrate that. Yes, we did.
Yes, we did. I really enjoyed it. I think everybody got to enjoy. We were all so happy after that. We were all celebrating. That's what it was, an adventure that day. And then at the end, of course, we did an Egyptian dance. Yes, yes, yes. We had to do the thing. That was fun. So we are returning with intention to go. We didn't get to do the Sphinx. The Sphinx, they have a now they have a private visit. Just as we did in the pyramid, we can get a special permission to do the Sphinx, and that's what we'll be doing next time. Also, we are going to Mount Sinai. Sinai, yes, because we didn't get to go there this time.
We got the 10 Commandments.
Yes, and we got to go to other places that I didn't get to do videos, but we want to talk about them so you can have an idea of where else we got to go. After the pyramid and all of this, we flew
Right, to Luxembourg?
to Luxor,
Luxor, yeah.
to Luxor, and then we went to Alexandria. Alexandria was amazing. We went to this library and to these ruins that energetically were very powerful. I actually, wow, had this experience of healing a part of me that I found there. And that was very interesting for me to find a piece of me there and to do actually a healing with that piece of me that was there and integrating that. And we got to go also to Aswan. Oh my God, Aswan.
Yeah.
And we took a cruise on the
Nile.
Nile. Yes, that was so beautiful. And that was for a few days, I believe.
Yeah,
And we
4
got
days.
to, yes, we went to Abu Simbel. Abu Simbel was amazing too. And we got to visit we did the balloon. Yes,
we
got
did the hot air balloon.
yeah, we
That
got to
was
do the
nice.
balloon. And the balloon went up. The side was the King's Valley.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh
yes.
my God, that was so amazing. First experience in the
Seeing it
balloon.
from heaven.
We were like all in our inner child, all so happy. We're like, "Woo, the balloon!"
It was nice.
It was
nice.
so much fun. And we got to also visit the King's Valley Stones, which were wow. There are no words how well preserved all of these tombs are. And I mean, the whole sides. It's just it was just the closing of an experience, but it was really amazing.
It's like an aha moment. It's a wow moment. It's like you stand still, like in that space.
Mhm.
And it's like, I know for me, I'm like, I can't believe I'm here. I can't believe, like, look at all this. And you get enthralled, like, because this is, like so many years old. And here it is for you to see it. They didn't let you touch it. Because that was me. I wanted to touch. But it was just being in that experience to me was like, wow. It was breathtaking.
Definitely. And we got to visit lots of the sites, not only this that we are mentioning, we got to see two other temples, and we had the opportunity to really see it all, I would say, or the most important of all. And so we wanted to share our experience with you, a little bit of it, not all of it, but at least that part. And to invite you maybe to join us. We are going back in October of next year. And we just are like like sending some smoke signals for the people who feel the call, because we actually got to plant on the Nile on the deck of the cruise. We were doing a systemic work. And for the people that don't know what systemic work is, we were doing a reconciliation. And the memory that came up was this one of Lemurians and Atlantis and planet Earth. And we got to anchor this reconciliation, and we got to deliver that and anchor it to the planet, but also send the energy to the waters and to the stars. It was under the stars. It was so beautiful. And we are planning on having the second part of that healing or that reconciliation on the White Desert or on the Oasis again. And also we want to do the private visit into the Sphinx. So
Mhm.
that's what's coming next time that we didn't get to do this time. Plus, of course, we will do the pyramid again in private because I would say that it is a very empowering experience for everybody who gets to do this.
It
So
definitely is.
yes.
Definitely is.
So I don't know, Janet, something else to add?
I would say if you're called, definitely join us next time. It will be something that you will never forget. You will always be grateful, and it's the best gift you can give yourself.
Yes, definitely. One of them.
Yes,
Beautiful gifts
definitely
that you
one.
can give yourself in your life because yes,
One of them, yeah, because
it's an
so many.
experience.
Yeah, it's an
Yes,
experience. It's a beautiful experience.
it is. And by the way, for the ones that decide to come, we will be traveling afterwards. We are going to Turkey and to Greece. So if you maybe say, okay, I'm gonna make this time for myself, just contact me and we will give you details. And so, well, I guess that's all we wanted to share for
Yeah,
the night.
definitely. Thank you
Yes,
so much for joining us. Please
yes,
hit the like, please subscribe, please share with your friends, your family, and the whole world.
yes. So we love you and we
Yeah.
hope to see you next week. We will be back to taking the information from the book Alchemy for the Soul. We had to stop because we were traveling we were pretty much out for almost a month.
Yeah, yes.
So we will be um, going back to the information next week. And so we hope to join us and we will be here at 8 again because of course the time changed. And so it's already dark outside. So 8 p.m. will be a good time. 6 is too early. So we thought that we would be changing also the schedule for 8. So I hope you can join and we hope to see you next
And we'll
week.
definitely see you
Yay.
next week. Bye bye.
Bye.
Take care.